Close your eyes. See with mine.
Based on the 1962 novel of the same name, A Wrinkle in Time is directed by Ava DuVernay and stars Storm Reid as Meg, who goes on an adventure to find her father, played by Chris Pine, after he mysteriously disappears. Summary. So if this movie did nothing else, it made me want to read the book. Why? Because I want to find out if the atrocious writing in this movie is the fault of the source material. Is the book just that bad? The writers? Did they just not know how to translate it from the novel to the big screen? It's actually pretty common. Or did the director just chop it up in post-production to the point where it didn't work anymore? So I had zero expectations going into this movie. I haven't read the book. I'm not familiar with most of the director's work. The three leads are not on my radar, or haven't been up until this movie. But it's Disney, so I was hoping for something good. Not what I got. A Wrinkle in Time is a jumbled mess. The best I can describe it is, it feels like it was a 2.5-hour movie that, for whatever reason, got cut down to 1 hour and 49 minutes. This left noticeable gaps in continuity and huge gaps in character development. That would also explain why people say things that are so incongruous as to be jarring. Several times throughout this movie, I found myself responding to the lines of characters with, wait, what? How does that apply to this situation? Or how do you even know that? Or even, how is that science? So let's talk science, since it's a central theme, or at least tries to be, in A Wrinkle in Time. This movie tries to sell us on the idea that both the parents and subsequently Meg are all science savants, and ultimately left me wondering if the writers actually knew what the word science means. Seriously, the line, "the frequency is love," just about made me walk out of the theater. I won't say much more than that, because even that is sort of spoilerish, but I was overwhelmed by the amount of asinine in that statement alone, and it wasn't the only time when I wondered if I was even going to finish this movie. Now, in all honesty, not everything about this movie is bad. For example, some of the acting is very good. In particular, Storm Reid has some fantastic moments, as does the actress playing her mom, Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Reese Witherspoon is on point as usual. Chris Pine does a fine job with what he's given. I really like the friend Calvin, played by Levi Miller. Yeah, Calvin, right? The friend who just sort of shows up for no reason, no introduction, and just decides to tag along with whatever's happening. Admittedly, he does get a little backstory later in the movie, but his introduction is just bizarre. The rest of the cast is pretty meh. Zach Galifianakis and Michael Pena are completely wasted. Most of Oprah Winfrey's lines are either A, noticeably overdubbed, or B, sound like they were taken straight out of the latest best-selling self-help novel. Mindy Kaling's character, Mrs. Who, in my opinion, is a missed opportunity that had great potential. So, her thing is she only speaks in quotes. Throughout the movie, she quotes Gandhi, Buddha, Churchill, but her quotes are always short and not always pertinent. So the lost potential here is that character could have been a walking tome of wisdom, doling out life lessons from the greatest minds in history. But in the end, she was just a walking fortune cookie, and not a particularly good one. What else? There's a lot of pretty going on there. A number of scenes looked very good. My biggest problem is that most of it's CGI, and not all of it was actually that good. Okay, last thing and then I'll stop. I have heard pop music used as the soundtrack for movies to great effect. Just not in this one. I guess I get what they were trying to do, mostly just bludgeon us over the head with their message. But when you find yourself thinking good lord, this music is awful at several points throughout the movie. Something has probably gone terribly, terribly wrong. All in all, I can't say that there's a whole lot to like about this movie. It's not horrible. It's not good. I can't recommend spending money to see it. I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 stars. If you get a chance to catch it on TV where somebody else is paying for it, it might be worth a once through, but I wouldn't seek it out. And that's it. Have you seen the movie? Have you read the book? Did you see the TV adaptation they did back in the 90s? Comment below. There we go again. Damn you, Jeremy. Let me know what you think. If you've seen it, let me know if you're looking forward to a sequel, because apparently there's like 4 books in this Wrinkle in Time series, so if it makes enough money, Hollywood's sure to take advantage of that particular cash cow. That's it. We'll see you next week. See ya.